All right, everybody, thanks for tuning in and welcome back. I'm Chris Halstead, Managing Director of Sales with Brown Harris Stevens, Connecticut, and I'm here to give a quick recap on how the Lower Fairfield County real estate market kicked off 2024. Well, let's not sugarcoat it. It was a slow January when considering inventory and outstanding sales, historically so. Both metrics were down from a year ago, and things were slow then too. So let's kick it off with inventory. The number of active house and condo listings as of the end of January was down 26% from the same time in 2023. And to remind you, that same figure in 2023 was down 10% from the end of January in 22, putting us down a combined 36% in 2 years' time. Now, this month number does seem to be tracking with where we were last month, when inventory saw a 25% year-over-year decrease. And remember, December is traditionally a slow month for inventory as sellers are otherwise occupied. The same goes for January. Most sellers at this point are waiting for the start of the spring market to list, and we usually begin to see a buoy in our inventory numbers around President's Day weekend. It'll be interesting to see where this number is in next month's report, and if there's been any substantive bump. Moving on, and again pacing with our December trend, given our low inventory, contracts signed in the month of January were not surprisingly down as well. As of the end of the month, there were 307 houses and condos pending, which represents a 13% decrease from the same time last year. But, and I want to emphasize but, despite there being fewer listings and fewer closings, those homes that are trading are benefiting from an extremely competitive environment. Buyers still considerably outweigh sellers, making this, albeit thin, a strong seller's market. So for those of you sitting on the fence, all of our closing numbers indicate that it's a great time to jump in. Here's why. Lower Fairfield County's absorption rate, the rate at which available homes are sold, is down to just 1.8 months. Traditionally, a stable market falls somewhere between 3 and 6 months, and anything below that favors sellers. Our average house sale price was up 27% year over year to $1,760,000, and 58% of our home sales went at or over the asking price. Now, to wrap it up, I want to quickly touch on mortgages, as it's been something we tracked over the last couple of months. Mortgages stabilized in January and have been hovering somewhere in the mid-sixes. The big news in borrowing this month falls with the Fed. The Fed signaled late last month that there wouldn't be any rate cuts until at least May, when many were optimistic we'd see that first cut in March. Again now, the Fed isn't cutting mortgage rates, but typically when they adjust the Fed funds rates, mortgages tend to follow suit. So we may now have to wait until mid-year to see any correlating drop. Alright, that does it for me this month. Remember to read Brian Cleary's market report for a more in-depth town-by-town dissection. Stay warm, pray for sun, and I'll see you next month. Thanks, everyone.